When their son Reese was a preschooler in the early 90s, Ed and Cheryl Scott were told their little boy was autistic. They were handed a pamphlet about autism and sent on their way, says family friend Colleen Middlebrooks. They felt so defeated. To help parents with the challenges of an autistic child, the Scotts funded the creation of the Scott Center for Autism Treatment, a state-of-the-art research and treatment facility located on the campus of Florida Institute of Technology. The Scott Center, one of very few facilities of its type, implements the most advanced and empirically supported procedures to treat the spectrum of autism disorders. The center is also a hub for research on best practices for patients and caregivers. In conjunction with his support of the Scott Center, Ed Scott funded a chair in psychiatry and 2 research fellowships at his alma mater, Oxford University, to focus on causes and possible treatments of autism. Additionally, he established an Oxford program for students with severe disabilities. Although the Scott Center for Autism Treatment is very dear to Ed Scott's heart, it is only one of the many philanthropic projects this former senior United States government official supports around the world. With Compassion International, Scott has provided his considerable time, talent, and treasure to help this faith-based children's development group aid more than 1 million children in 23 countries. In 2001, he was the catalyst for the Center for Global Development in Washington, D.C., now considered the world's leading policy global poverty research institution. In 2007, Scott started and funded the Scott Family Fellows Program to assist the President of Liberia with a development specialist and trained economist to help reconstruct the war-torn country. The founder of BEA Systems, one of the largest software companies in the world, Scott devotes his considerable resources for the good of others around the world. He supports several orphanages and child development centers in Central America. He chairs the Center for Interfaith Action on Global Poverty and founded Friends for the Global Fight, an organization that has been replicated around the world and that, with the aid of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, has provided support to eradicate AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. On the local level, Scott serves on the Board of Trustees at Florida Tech and the King Center for the Performing Arts. His support of Holy Trinity Episcopal Academy enabled the Melbourne Academic Institution to build its 1,000-seat Scott Center for Worship and the Performing Arts. Charity, said Conrad Hilton, is a supreme virtue and the great channel through which the mercy of God is passed on to mankind. For Ed Scott, charity is an abundant personality trait. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you a 2012 Central Florida Humanitarian Organization, the Scott Center for Autism Treatment, with Ed and Cheryl Scott.